Yes, guys, what's going on? Make sure you head over to stretfordpaddock.bigcartel.com. Check out all the new merch. Remember, members get 10% off. Go and do it now. See you later.
Jay here, Stretford Paddock. Get it the right way around. Real Sociedad 0, Manchester United 4. This is a live review. Joining me, as always, is Joe Smith. Joe, it's not too bad this watching football, Malarkey, is it?
It's easy, isn't it, when it's like that? I don't know what happened there. We've been, other than the Southampton game, pretty poor for about 3 weeks now.
Yep.
And we just battered them.
Yeah.
We had a weird first 2 minutes where Eric Bailly forgot how to play football, but in fairness to him, he remembered again, Jay.
Yeah.
And that's all you can ask for. If you do ever forget how to play football, the least you can do is bloody remember again after 2 minutes. So, I don't know what was going on there. He let man run past him and poor defending as well alongside that. But other than that, we just, I can't think of a time when, away from home against a Spanish team, where we've been like that. Where we won 4-0, but we had 8 or 9 good chances to score goals. We were clean through on goal another 3 times, where Rashford was through twice, 2 in the first half. Dan James was through on goal as well. He hit the goalkeeper with it. We had a goal disallowed for offside. We had a goal disallowed for offside that was then given, but we just completely destroyed him. And 4-0 could have easily been 6-7-1. Maybe if you're giving everyone the chances, you might have given them a goal. But United made a hell of a lot of chances today. I mean, you've got to assume that's tie over. The fact that Diallo came on, you see there on the little tick at the bottom, Diallo debut. The fact that he came on and had a nice bit of footwork on the touchline near the halfway line. Just the perfect performance, really. And it was nice to be able to watch Man United and, for one of the few times in the last couple of weeks, almost relax. You can watch him and enjoy him. Bruno was sensational. Dan James, maybe the best he's been for Manchester United in a full 90 minutes. Certainly since those first few weeks at the club, he was excellent. Pretty good all round, and certain players excellent. I think Rashford was frustrating because he missed those chances, but we got a goal and an assist. So how bad can it be? Just a brilliant performance, and unexpected to be honest, but absolutely wanted and warranted.
Everyone do get involved in the comments. Let us know what you thought of the performance. Who was your man of the match? What do you make of the game? Is this it now? Is it? I know it sounds like a bit of a silly question, but I'll ask it anyway. Is that the second leg done? Should Ollie just play the kids in the second leg, or do you think he should still sort of take it semi-seriously? It did seem to suit us the fact that Real Sociedad did want to play football, didn't they? They didn't want to just defend or keep it tight, or even when they were 3 goals down, they still sort of, there was lots of spaces and gaps to exploit because they were sort of so open. It was just like they were playing that sort of, for want of a better expression, that sort of Spanish way of trying to play football the right way and trying to move it about and still going forward, even when they were obviously under the cosh. And United just exploited it. I'm not going to take anything away from Manchester United because, as you just said, it was a fantastic performance, but I felt that game suited us and Real Sociedad's style suited us, especially with the pace and the skill we've got going forward.
Yeah, and you saying that like that, and I agree with what you said, the way you phrased that has just clicked into my mind what this game was like. And it was exactly like the Leeds game, where it's quite clear from the first 10 minutes, we're the better team here. But instead of going, Man United are better, Sociedad, we're going to sit back a bit, we're going to try and counter-attack them because that way we won't concede as many goals. They do what Leeds did, which is, they're better than us. Well, should we just fucking have a go anyway? And occasionally you might overrun a team or you might get a bit lucky, but how lucky would Sociedad have had to have been to not get pummeled today? Yeah. Because the way they pressed was, again, when it's a great manager like Bielsa, or a manager that is perceived to be great like Bielsa, people say, "Oh, it's great that he sticks to his guns." When it's someone you've never heard of, it's naive management. That really naive. You just think, fair enough, you stuck to it. You did what you wanted to do at the game when the game started. You took no consideration of the fact that you're getting battered all over the pitch. Fair enough, if that's how you want to play. I guess when you win, you're happy. When you lose, you go, we lost 4-0. But yeah, it felt very much like the Leeds game where we were clearly better than them. And instead of going, let's change how we play, they went, let's just keep doing what we're doing. We're 3-0 down. Let's keep going forward. So fair enough to them, but it was never going to work out once they didn't really adapt. We've got a couple of super chats. AAO says, I wonder what the odds for Man United clean sheet, Fred, and a Dan James goal and assist, and a Bailly assist in an away leg today. I would have guessed probably about 45-50 to 1, I would have thought, for all of that. We've got another one from Ross Murphy as well. He said, perfect away performance. The team was outstanding. Man of the match was Bruno, scored 2, ran the show, rotate next week, give key players a rest and start Diallo, etc. I couldn't agree more with that. What do you reckon in terms of next week now? We'll come back to a bit more of this, but what do you reckon?
For the return leg, I mean, I think, you know, we mean you were talking about in the preview, we've got options, we've got a squad. I think you don't make it too silly. You don't go with, like, you know, the Astana away sort of team where it's just loads of children, Lee Grant, and at the time it was Jesse Lingard, but obviously won't be in, but, you know, 2 fringe players and then just children. You'd have to show Real Sociedad a bit of respect because, you know, like the last thing you want to do is play a complete reserve side. Real Sociedad get an early goal and then you're thinking, oh my God.
Yeah, if they're 2-0 up after 30 minutes, who knows what could happen.
Exactly. So you play a relatively decent side. But we've got the ability to do that. You know, Anthony Martial didn't start today. Nemanja Matic didn't start today. And it wasn't even our strongest team. You know, the likes of Edinson Cavani weren't there. Obviously, Donny van der Beek's not there as well. Victor Lindelof wasn't there.
Obviously, Paul Pogba's not available.
Paul Pogba, you can argue even the goalkeeper's not first choice. So we've got the ability to rotate, and I think we can do that. I think, again, you don't go full strength, but you maybe give a couple of players a chance. It was great, wasn't it, to see Amad Diallo get on the pitch. We were all hoping for that, and I think once the third goal went in, I had a little look on the Twitter, and everyone was just like, Diallo, get Diallo on. Didn't see a lot of him, but from what I did see, it's obvious that he's going to be a complete legend and one of the greatest players who's ever played the game of football.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone would say you're overreacting by saying that, Jay. And it is at this point a case of how many Ballon d'Ors.
Is it now like Haaland, Mbappe, Diallo?
Yeah.
Is it that the three?
I'd say so.
Yeah. They're going to be
pinnacle
competing.
of youth excellence. I would say so.
About the same levels.
Yeah, I like how he was there trying to scrap a touch on Dan James's goal, which he took very well, by the way. I like they did that. Again, like I said, the little cameo, if you will, on the halfway line, nice bit of skill, maybe a nutmeg in there as well. He looked good. He didn't really get a chance to do much. He came on with 7 minutes to go, but he's got a great touch about him. Very exciting. There's a point where he was pressing someone on the left-hand side. He's quick as well.
Yes.
He's very quick. We've got a few more super chats.
Go on, mate.
Abdullah Ibrahim. We've recently had crappy results away to Spanish teams. Hopefully, this is a turning point for the better, although this was not played in Spain. Do you think that made a difference?
I don't think. I mean, not having fans there, I don't know. I mean, you can argue that you get out of that routine when it's not your home stadium for a home leg because it's your home ground. Then you know that routine, you know the pitch, you know the everything from the travel, the change rooms, and all that sort of stuff. But I don't think it makes a massive difference, and I certainly don't think the result would have been any different tonight had that been played in Spain rather than in Turin.
Me neither. Peter Kelly, the amount of times Fred played a great ball forward and it saved or our forward misses. So happy for him. He finally got an assist. Yeah, Fred was good today. And another one quickly before we move on. Kimani Dubia. Dean should have stared De Gea scared him maybe. Stared De Gea when he put the ball out of the air and got fouled. That's what you do as an effing keeper. Admittedly, he did get fouled, but the ball was going in the net if it wasn't for an acrobatic Eric Bailly clearance. So
Eric Bailly,
I think De Gea could have done that.
Tonight was just amazing to watch. It was just the just quintessential Eric Bailly performance.
Yeah.
When, like you said, at the early doors, you're thinking, "Oh my God, what's he doing?" But then, you know, he's blocking shots, he's clearing balls off the line, he's setting up goals, he's trying scissor kicks from corners. Did you see that? That was fantastic. I mean, he wouldn't have counted, obviously,
the
but
back post.
it was amazing that he tried it. It was just the perfect Eric Bailly performance, and it's just such a shame he's made of glass because, all right, it's Real Sociedad. It's not sort of, you know, no disrespect to him, another fifth in the league, but they're not, you know, this isn't the greatest team you're going to face. But I'd love to see him playing week in, week out. He just doesn't seem to have the fitness or the look, if you want to call it that, to be able to do so. But he was great tonight. He was great box office, and when you're winning 4-0 and he's doing stuff like that, you can't help but enjoy it.
No, absolutely. You look at the stats there, it's slightly strange because on the BT Sports stats, it said we had 45% possession and they had 55. We've got 14-60 there. Sky Sports have got it at 41-59. I don't think anyone quite knows. Do you know one of the ways they measure possession, Jay, isn't by the amount of time of the full 90 that your team had the ball and that their team had the ball. It's the complete number of passes that took place in the game, and what percentage of those passes your team had, and that's how they do possession percentage.
That's not quite accurate, is it?
Because
you can stand with the ball at your feet for a minute.
Yeah.
Or if you're just passing it between you and your mate for 10 seconds, then that counts more.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's how they always do it still, but that certainly was the way that they did it for a long time. Just the percentage of overall passes that your team made is the percentage possession on the assumption that each pass will take the same amount of time as every other pass. Anyway, let's talk a bit about Fred.
You're ruining this 4-0 for me, Joe, with these stats. I'm absolutely fuming now.
Let's talk a little bit about Fred, because I thought he was really good today, and I've been very critical of him recently. He's given the ball away a lot. he looks like he's lost a lot of confidence in front of goal. And I don't mean in terms of his shooting. I mean his passing in front of goal, his decision-making in front of goal, everything looked like it was just crumbling in front of him over these last few weeks. He was really good today. He got a very good assist for Rashford with a really good pass as well. Not just like well done, Fred, 6-yard pass you've made. It was a good pass,
weighted pass,
threaded through the defence. Fantastic pass. And like I said, the weight of it was so good as well. We've had a few other passes in the game where they played over the top or played through the lines and the goalie's come out and claimed them. It was so well weighted. Rashford just had to slide it past the goalkeeper. Do you think Fred sort of needs that kind of performance? Because it has been a bit tricky for him recently, hasn't it?
100%. I mean, me and you were talking before the game. We were saying just that. He needs a good game. He's been pretty shocking the last few weeks, and I've always been someone that sort of likes Fred and praised him in the past when he's deserved it. But last few weeks, like you saying, in the final third, he's been worse than ever. And also the timing of his challenges just seems to be going backwards. He's diving into challenges where he's that far away from both the ball and the player. It's not even a foul. And I was like, what is going on with this guy? Maybe it was just in a little bit, maybe his fitness, or just sometimes players hit a little bit of bad form. But he needed a performance like that tonight. As I keep saying, I don't want to pour water on it because it's a good performance. It's not the greatest team he's going to face, but he needed it and he did really well. And he did the other parts of his game that you don't always associate with him, like you were saying, the long passes that sometimes we get annoyed with him for trying those. Played it perfectly today. Had a really good game. Was getting about the pitch non-stop as well, and hopefully can take that form into the Newcastle game because I expect him to probably. I think he probably will start on Sunday because I think Ollie really likes Fred. He plays him a lot, and he always has done. And I think, judging off tonight's performance, you can see why, because that's the sort of thing you want to see from him. Not just getting hold of the ball, but being able to do something with it as well.
KJ 2020 with the chat there. He says, "Is there just one guy at Opta counting passes? What a wanker!" I like that unnecessary dislike for someone who just is counting, doing stats at Opta. What a wanker! Very good.
Go on.
Moving forward, then, Bruno always. I mean, generally speaking,
it's just
no prizes for guessing he's going to be one of the best players on the
good,
pitch. Yeah, he was excellent today. I think he's. I mean, what was it? Two goals. Was there assist in that? I don't think there was.
No,
was there?
Just the 2 goals for me tonight.
Just the 2 goals for me tonight. He was excellent again. He ran the show, didn't he? Largely, and then he came off. And I thought Dan James continued what had already been good form in the game, or a good performance in the game. And then after Bruno went off, I would say he was our best player, Dan James. I thought he tracked back very well. His pressing and something that Bruno does that I don't think he gets much credit for at all. And I don't know, it's quite maybe a minor thing, but I think it helps us, especially when we're sitting back a bit deeper. He presses from behind their defenders and midfielders, very well. So, they're looking at Fred and McTominay in front of them, and Bruno nips in from behind, or Bruno's putting pressure on from behind. And Dan James did that really well tonight, pressing from behind the man on the ball. I thought it was really good. He got an assist for Bruno's goal, and he got his own goal as well. For me, that's the best Dan James has played since the first sort of 2 months he joined Manchester United. I thought it was really good.
Leeds game.
As good as, and I would probably say better, yeah.
I mean, it's a fair. I mean, but I thought he's played well in both those games.
Yeah, he did play
really
well.
I think he's been a bit unlucky in some sense, Dan James, because he's not the greatest player. We know that, but I remember me and you talk about this about a year ago, and he had that sort of purple patch when he first came, and I think people thought, okay, it's 15 million up to 18 million with add-ons. He's only going to be a fringe player. He's going to be a squad player. We'll probably see a dozen games this season. He comes in, he has a great start, 2 goals in his first 3 games, whatever it is. And then he plays almost every week. And people expect more from him. And his form sort of deserts him a little bit. Plus, he'd lost his dad. And I think people, you want to talk about mental health and stuff like that. It's going to affect a young lad who's very close to his dad to lose him. He was in tears after he got his first goal.
It should go without saying, but a lot of people seem to forget the impact that literally one of the biggest things that can happen to a human being happened when you just joined Manchester United.
As well. I mean, I know it's like, no age that, but it's true. You know what I mean? Obviously, a young man loses his dad, has a bit of rough form, but still produces some good performances. I remember at the Etihad, he was fantastic when we beat City. He's still, showing a lot. This season, I think we're all saying, okay, we'll see what he's about this season. This is probably his make or break season. Does well when he comes in against Leeds. And then I think he played, was it against Leicester? And then didn't play again for weeks, for months. Comes in against Southampton for a little bit of a cameo, gets a goal. So he's hardly ever featured. No. And I feel a bit sorry for him because it's like all eyes are on him and there's all these question mark. Oh, is he good enough? Or most people thinking he's not good enough. But he's done a job this season. Yeah. And I think if you're going to say to me, okay, he's a player for 15 million quid, what do you expect from him? I probably expect what we're getting out of Dan James. Yeah. I think he's doing a good job for that sort of level. You're not going to get 30 goals out of someone that costs you 15 million from the Championship.
No.
That's not how it works. And I think he was brought in as a squad player, and he's doing a very good job as a squad player this season. So I think he deserves credit where it's due, and today was a very good day for him.
Yeah, it was. And Niv Stukiner says, thanks for the great content. Long-time fan. How can I and people like me support the channel in the best way? Well, a great way to support the channel is by becoming a member. You can click the join button underneath the video. You also get bonuses as part of that. So you get members-only videos. You get a discount in the merch store. You also get a members-only Facebook group that you can join, and we chat in there and put pictures and videos and have a good laugh in there as well. So yeah, if you want to become a member, that helps out the channel, and we try to give a little bit back to our members as well. So make sure you check that out if you'd like to, and also of course keep watching videos. That helps us out as well. Apparently, Manchester United have never been knocked out of a European tie in any competition, having won the first leg as an away tie. I mean, it's 4-0, so we almost don't need that stat, because 1-0, you could have sort of said it. Is this tie done? 4-0. Like, I know you said you don't want to be lasking it up in the next round where it's literally the under-18s, but how much would you be resting? How much would you be rotating? This tie is essentially done now, isn't it?
It is. And like, we were talking as we were talking at the top of the show, I think that we've got enough of a squad to bring in some of the youngsters, but not have a complete, a standard team where it's like 8 people making the debut or, starting for the first time. I think you can maybe bring in some of the players. Dan James could probably play again. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's going to.
The likes of Tellez will play again.
Tellez, exactly.
Brandon
Great
Williams
shout.
on the right.
Yeah, Brandon Williams comes in. Maybe, looking at Axel Tuanzebe, he could come in. Dean Henderson starts again.
Peter Home there with the chat. Maguire and Bruno should be rested. I think Maguire, Bruno, Rashford, rest them all for sure.
100%. I mean, I thought Marcus Rashford did really well against tonight. And what I love about Marcus Rashford is even when he's not having a great game, and he wasn't in the first half hour, other than, he's making, to be fair, he made some good runs, some good passes.
Well, though,
but his finishing was just letting him down a little bit.
His finishing was letting him down, but he's got the chances. It's not coincidence. Oh, well, Rashford's shit. He misses so many chances. He misses more chances than most players get. And do you think that's just because he happens to be in the right place at the right time consistently season on season? Or do you think maybe he's not the best finisher in the world, but doesn't he get in great positions all the time and get great chances? Like, how many... Martial's missed a handful of chances this season, but not that many. Marcus Rashford has missed tons of chances, but he's also scored tons of goals because he gets in great positions so often. So some of that's criticism that I agree with, and he can be frustrating, and I know you weren't criticising him for that. But sometimes you think he's making or getting or creating whatever he's doing. It's no coincidence all of these chances are falling to him all the time, and he scored 1 in 3 today, which isn't the ideal or isn't perfect, but that's pretty decent over a season. If you score 1 in 3 chances, that's not a bad return.
It's not at all. And I've seen people say, he needs 5 chances to get a goal and things like that. And I don't think that's true, because if that was the case and he scored all his chances, he'd have 400 goals now, and that's just impossible. So yes, he does miss his fair share of chances, but he creates a lot, and also it's not just about the chances that he takes himself; it's the ones he creates. Bruno's goal came from Marcus Rashford's great ball.
Lovely ball.
Do you know what I mean? Lovely ball. The ball that for Bruno's second, I know it's Dan James who gets the assist, but it's a great ball again. Perfectly weighted pass through the defenders. Took out like 3 defenders with that pass. Yeah. Dan James just knocks it to Bruno, and to be fair,
Bruno scruffs it in, doesn't he? Yeah. Just about bobbles it in, but yeah.
So and. Looking at his productivity, we always go back to this thing of productivity with Marcus Rashford. I mean, I've lost count now, but it's something like 12 goals and 17 assists or something.
He's top 5 in Europe.
Yeah, he's very productive.
It's the other way around.
Oh, right, sorry. Yeah. So he's very productive in terms of goals and assists, which is what you want from your attackers. And like you saying, I'd much rather he was missing 2 chances and scoring 1 than getting 1 chance and missing it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's always putting himself about, and he's always a difficult player to play against. And you see him making runs, playing long balls, getting on the end of chances as well. He's mixing up his game, and I think that, as we've seen, we've only gone to Solskjaer as his manager. Obviously, has faith in him, believes in him, and knows where his best position is. Hopefully, if we can keep playing him on the left, because I thought that he played well again tonight on the left, then we can get the best out of him. But no, he keeps going, he keeps trying, he keeps getting the goals that we need.
Yeah, we've got a couple of quotes from Bruno Fernandes. If we get the first one up and have a little chat about that. It says, "My target is scoring the most goals I can and assist my teammates to score too. My target is the trophies. Winning trophies is more important than scoring goals." I like a lot of players who are like he's always roughly in and amongst that kind of 1 goal or assist per game, isn't he?
That's
for the league, I think he is exactly on that. Overall at United is like 50 53 goals or assists in 59 appearances, something ridiculous. Mostly when players are out, they're like, oh no, don't worry about that. I don't think about that. I'm just trying to do the best for the team. He's like, I want to get a fucking goal or assist every game. I want this. I like that he's willing to say that. That mentality of just like, I'm not going to pretend that I'm just here for the wins. I know he said it there, but usually they're always like, it's not about me. He's like, I want to get goals. I want to be the top scorer. I want to be top assister. I want to be this. I want to be that. I want everything. And I want to win trophies. I love that about him, that he's just willing to say, of course I want to get loads of goals and assists. What are you on about?
Yeah, I mean, he's honest. And you can see that in him. You can see that he's got that desire. He's got that will. So when we always talk about that and having that mentality, and he's got it, he's fuming when we lose. He's buzzing when we win. He's always trying to make things happen. And I like the one word, or I think he says it twice in there, is it? That he keeps saying, and I'm glad he does, his trophies. Yeah. Because a player like Bruno Fernandes should be winning trophies. He shouldn't be just, finishing
He's never
third.
won anything, has he, in his career?
That's just ridiculous. Because, he's so talented that it's amazing he's not won at least one trophy or one league where he's been. But now I think he's playing better than ever. And he should be winning trophies at Manchester United. And I think that he's got players around him that can help him do that as well. I think if you look at the quality that's around Bruno Fernandes, we've got it. We've got Paul Pogba. I know he's missing tonight. Obviously, Marcus Rashford, who we've already spoken about. And, you might go and look at it and go, okay, defensively, we've not always been great, but we've got good defenders. Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw, Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Eric Bailly, who've seen tonight. They're not bad defenders. Vince Lindley comes in. There's a team there capable of challenging for trophies, is my point. And Bruno's someone who can help them do that, obviously, because he's just unreal when he's like that, and more often than that he's like that every week.
Yeah, Cameron S saying he's won a Portuguese Cup, hasn't he? I'm not sure if he has. He certainly hasn't won a league anywhere,
No.
and he's not won any major European Cups either. For me though, a Europa League Cup, would be not a success in and of itself. But I wouldn't look down on a Europa League. I would be very happy to win this tournament, and I would also go as far as to say I think we're the best team in the cup. I think there's no one better than us in this tournament, and I think I'm not saying that if we don't win it, it's a failure, because who knows how things go with injuries or big games coming up. You have to rest this and change things around. Who knows? But I think the expectation for this cup should be to win it and not just toss it off. Personally, I know some people think just play the kids every round, and they were surprised at how strong the lineup was tonight. For me, I want to win this, and we probably aren't going to win the Premier League. If City stay anything like the form they're on now, we're not going to win the Premier League, but we might win this.
Yeah.
And if we won this in the FA Cup, or even just this and finish second, that's a whole lot better than finishing second and not winning anything, because we did that under Jose. And admittedly, it's different circumstances, and the fact that we were at top of the league after 18 games is wildly different to anything we ever got under Jose. But I would be very happy to win the Europa League, and I wouldn't look down my nose at it whatsoever.
No, you're right, and I think we always have a little bit of snobbery with Europa League, and United fans were used to being in the Champions League every season, or we were up until Fergie retired, of course. But I mean, Stockholm was a fantastic night, and I remember saying, as I left the stadium, love that, fantastic, great feeling. I don't ever want to see this competition again. We're back in it. We want trophies, though. Yeah. So if you are in it, you want to win it. And it's like, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the one thing that I'd love to see Ole do is lift a trophy with us, because, like you were saying, you can finish second, and we could finish second to City, and City could walk the league. And are we going to be buzzing? Are we going to be going, yes, we've finished second? We'll be happy because it's progress. We finished third last season, of course, but we're not going to be buzzing the fact we finished a distant second to Manchester City. I certainly wasn't buzzing in 2018 when we did that. So I think you want to see some silverware. And I agree with you. I think we are the best team in this competition. I think there's every right we can win it. The only sort of question mark might come up is when we won it last time, Jose gave up on the league in January. Yeah. And he went, right, Europa or bust. We won the League Cup, obviously, in February. And he was like, right, we were dropping points to the likes of Hull and Swansea because he was resting players for the Europa. We might get in a scenario where Ole's still got a chance of the league, and he's got to pick us.
Let's say City drop 8 points in the next 10 games.
Yeah.
And we're there.
And you've got a game where it's like, I've got a Europa League game on the Thursday and I've got a league game on a Sunday. I can't pick my strongest team for both.
Yeah.
Do I go with the Europa League, say it's a quarter or
or
a
let's
semi?
say we're dragged into the top 4 battle, which is also possible, isn't it?
Good shout, yeah.
Either
so
way.
it's like, do I put all my eggs in the Europa League basket, which of course brings you Champions League, you win it, or do I focus on the league? So he might have some decisions to make there. But if he hasn't, then I think we should be playing our strongest team in the Europa League once we get into later stages. Because I want to see silverware. It's the one thing as a United fan that we should be about, and it's what you're used to seeing, winning trophies. And this is one of our longest runs. It sounds crackers. It's only been 3 years. This is one of the longest runs I've ever experienced. I'm sure you've ever experienced as a fan without lifting any silverware. And I think this team and this manager deserves to win a trophy.
Yeah, we've got a super chat from Thomas Dickinson. Says, "Hi, let's start off topic. To answer Jay's question last night, I'm a born Scouser but support United." Just couldn't type quick. Clark Kent says, "I missed half the match. How was Diallo?" He looked all right when he came on. A couple of bits of trickery, but didn't really have the ball too much today.
You missed the trick now.
What?
He was Superman.
Oh, fantastic. Sahaj Shetty says, "The magnitude of this result. The last time Sociedad conceded 4 goals in a game was against Sevilla in a league game. They lost 5-2 in 2019. So they don't concede too many goals too often."
Good knowledge from our viewers. That's what we like to see.
That was a good result, wasn't it?
It's
so
spark
nice
up there, Joe.
Well, no, because it's been a bit now, hasn't it? I know obviously the Southampton game wasn't that long ago, but we've been in a bit of a patchy run of form recently. Only losing one of those games, which is an improvement over our usual bad runs of form. But it's nice to comfortably win a game that you weren't sure about before the game, and that there was no red card, there was no sort of strange factors that led to this. We just played really well and battered them, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, and me and you we're more on the positive side of people. I think me and you anyway, aren't we? We don't tend to be very negative about this team, so I'm not going to start being negative about a 4-0 win. I'm happy with it. Good performance all round. Some players, fringe players that perhaps needed a good performance, got it. Good goals spread around the team as well. Happy days, and the tie's almost done, so we can go into the second leg with a little bit of confidence, give some of the other fringe players a chance, and it's this sort of hopefully build a bit of momentum as well. We can take into the league for the Newcastle game at the weekend.
Yeah, really good, really good.
We're going to wrap it up there. We've got loads of good stuff coming up. I think we'll have Stephen Howson's reaction, fan cam. We'll have 7 Reasons as well from Adam McCullough. I think that'll be out tomorrow morning. And then we'll be looking ahead towards the Newcastle game, and we'll also be getting any reaction from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conferences as well. And as you'd expect for the Newcastle game, we will have a watch along. I think it's going to be Joe, Macca, and I think we've got up the RH. I think Ryan Upper might be here. Don't quote me, but I'll double check that. But either way, we'll have all the people that you love and expect on this channel taking you through that one. That's been Joe Smith. Joe, where can people find you?
Joe Smith 93 on Instagram and Twitter.
You're on it now, aren't you?
Yeah,
Started
well
doing
on
a
it.
bit like posting and all that.
Well
Do you know
on
what I
it.
mean? He's well on it, mate. He's well
Love
up
it,
to
mate.
that. And you know where to find me. This has been Stretford Paddock live review. Thanks for watching.